We got a whole hour right now planned of mass UFO sightings throughout history.
UFOs.
What do you think?
No, I know.
You didn't even know about this.
I know about a couple.
I did this all without your knowledge.
I know about the ones in Phoenix. I know about the ones in New York. I know about.
Yeah, these are all like some famous sightings, but we kind of wanted to get the scope of like how many times, hundreds or thousands of people have seen the same unidentified flying object.
Also, I'll bet that I found some that you haven't heard of yet.
Oh yeah, big time.
We found like some real old ones.
Some
Really?
old ones.
Yeah.
Some real old ones.
We got one from 1853.
So I think we got 9. This is our top 9 mass UFO sightings of all time?
No, actually, I think we have 10.
Oh, we do have 10?
Yeah.
That's cheesy.
Okay, we
Top
could do
10.
9. We could
Nah,
cut
we'll
one
do
out.
10. Fuck
I'll
it.
pick my least favorite.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So what do we want to start with? What's the shittiest one? You always start with the shittiest one.
Shittiest one.
Yeah. Don't you know nothing about broadcasting? You wanna hook everybody in with the worst thing first. Here we go. Number 10.
How about... I don't know how to rank these.
Wow, this is good.
I know. How about Italy?
Italy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at this
This one
point, you
was-
just fucking guess.
Yeah,
Just-
I guess. I don't want to say any of them are worst.
So what do we got? Italians suck. Let's go with Italy.
All right, so Italy, October 1954. Stadium with 10,000 people in it all cited a UFO. It was a soccer game, and they actually stopped the game because everybody was just staring into the sky.
Wow. They got
Okay.
any pictures or anything?
Yeah, what happened with this?
There were no photos.
You would think
Weirdly.
that at a
But how many people saw it?
10,000.
10,000 people saw it at once.
Yeah.
So there was none of those 10,000 people had a camera? That sounds hard to believe.
Well, it
Well,
was 1950 whatever.
At a sporting event though.
yeah.
There had to be somebody.
I don't know.
A decent
Maybe.
artist. I mean, any fucking thing.
Well, there are no photos. Maybe they were all just so mesmerized by what was happening.
I did see some artist renderings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here,
did
I'll
you?
post one on the Facebook.
We'll put this all on the page.
There is one.
Wait, why do we have the Battle of Los Angeles picture up?
I don't know. What picture are we supposed to have up?
The one we're talking about.
the one about Italy?
Yeah, I fucking
I'll fix
downloaded
it.
them all.
Oh, I couldn't
whatever,
tell. I
we're
can't.
almost
They're
done
like
with
little
this one
circle.
anyways.
They're little squares. I couldn't
Hang on.
fucking decide.
Well, there is one weird thing about it, though.
right, what is it?
There's something happened. These giant masses floated over the stadium, and they released angel hair. I don't know if we've talked about angel hair on the
Isn't that
show
spaghetti?
before. Yeah, but that's not it. It's like spindly, almost looks like spider silk, but it disintegrates when you touch it. So it came through almost like a snow and then basically evaporated into the air.
Is this a phenomenon that's happened other times too?
Yeah, it's been linked to a couple of other UFO sightings, like UFO
Weird.
sightings and the angel hair phenomenon
Wait a
have
minute.
happened at the same time, but they can't figure out how they're linked.
So it's a thin spider web type looking
It's
shit?
like a spider web,
And it
yeah.
falls from the sky.
Yeah, so
And when it touches you, it disappears.
it disintegrates. Yeah,
Probably absorbs fucking alien virus into you, is what it does.
Yeah.
Well, so a guy went.
Definitely.
He managed to collect some, and he took it into a lab. And it was like a real pain in the ass to collect, I guess, because he couldn't touch it. They took it into the lab and they did a bunch of testing to it, and it was all inconclusive. And in the process, they destroyed the sample of it. But
And this was all from this Franchi UFO?
yeah,
And how would people find this? This is the, just type of, Italian Franchi
yeah.
UFO.
You probably don't even have to say Franchi.
1954. so-
1954 at Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a huge fucking sighting. 10,000 fucking people. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you
a
know,
lot of mofos.
That hasn't has that happened ever at a sports event in the U.S.? I think there must have been. No? Maybe not that people noticed at the time. There's probably a video
Yeah.
that people have, but so the whole crowd literally stopped to fucking stare at this thing.
Yeah,
huh?
those fucking lights are so fucking bright. You're not going to be able to see nothing, man.
Yeah.
Well, at nighttime.
Okay, so let's see.
Number
They,
9? How many we got?
Oh, is that it? I was going to say what the angel hair is made of.
Oh yeah, definitely
Which
interested.
is boron, silicon, calcium, and magnesium, and had no trace of radioactivity.
Weird. That's even weirder for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
It's very
That sounds like
basic elements, right?
Yeah, but
Chemtrail.
it's not like a life-based
What was it?
makeup.
say it again. Yeah.
Boron,
Yeah.
silicon,
Uh-huh.
calcium, and magnesium.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Magnesium
people-
is in chemtrail, wasn't it?
No.
You sure?
Aluminum,
Aluminum and barium.
barium.
A lot of people
Okay.
tried to debunk this one by saying that the masses that the people saw floating in the sky were spiders migrating. You know when spiders make big, giant, fucking crazy ass web parachutes and they just
I
like
could see
sail?
that. I could see that being
You
true.
guys know spiders do that,
yeah,
right?
I could.
Yeah.
I could see that being true because I've
Everybody
seen
knows that.
I've
Except-
seen like in Australia they gather by the billions sometimes. So I mean I could see that.
But spider silk is made of a protein, and it would be like an organic based compound. So they were able to rule out that it was spider silk by doing the testing, but they
Oh,
couldn't.
sure, yeah.
But they couldn't say what it was exactly. But they knew that it wasn't spiders. So that
Well,
was cool.
If some of that shit landed on me, I'd be scared for like 5
would-
months
it
until
would
I forgot.
disappear. Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god, what the hell? I'd always think of
part
it every
of me.
couple months. Like,
Dude.
fuck.
I walked through a regular spider web a couple years ago, and I'm still scared. It doesn't take much. All right, well, that's a very fucking interesting case there. That and that obviously was hugely famous in Italy. I'm reading here. Yeah. What else? What else on that? Anything else interesting?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, what do you got for the old number 8?
Tennessee, 1853. It's our oldest sighting, our oldest mass sighting that we were able to find.
Here, go. I'll set it up. Go put it up on the picture.
Okay.
So we are in what town in Tennessee?
I actually don't know if you have a link on this.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead and change the picture real
okay.
quick. So what? Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
No, you got it.
I was just gonna fucking buy time and be like, oh, Tennessee, good old Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee's a great
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Been there many times. I know the mayor.
that's the Franchi one.
Yeah, we'll put up the fucking Tennessee one.
We were one time
Oh,
we
I
were
don't
out
have
of
it.
No.
Okay, well, fucking tell us about
one
it.
time we were out of money and we were in Tennessee, me and you, and we were like freezing because we had to change a tire.
Oh yeah,
like some guys were
that's
like,
right. We have some Tennessee shit.
some black
We-
dudes
we
walked
pull-
up to us and they're like, "You want to buy some weed?" And we're like, "No, we're poor."
And then like 100 people asked us for cigarettes.
Mm.
We pulled over in the hood basically to fix a tire, and we didn't really realize where
Yeah.
we were. That's why that was when we came up with that idea that there should be like an app that tells you when you're going to dangerous neighborhoods. You know.
It's true.
All right. So, anyways,
All right. So this was spotted at a college campus in Burritt College in Spencer, Tennessee. And it was spotted by at least 30 people. But they don't, I mean, it was 1853, so they didn't have a lot of records on this by then. But most of the school officials were there.
what kind of event?
I'm sorry?
What kind of an event was this?
It was an appearance of a small new moon,
So they were watching some atmospheric event.
yeah,
Some fucking lunar shit.
they were like, yeah.
Okay.
And there were two objects in the sky. One was like a small moon, and the other was a large star.
Uh-huh.
So one was like small and dull, and one was large and dull, and one was small and bright.
Was that the moon or was it something separate?
No, it was a different object in
Okay.
the sky that
So
they
they,
saw.
and it was appeared intelligent and all of that.
Yeah, it changed
But it was
shape.
only seen by 30 people.
Yeah, well, it was 1853.
It's not that good.
What does that mean?
I mean, there weren't like a ton of
Yeah,
people.
people didn't get
around
together
there.
in large numbers back then.
Yeah, I don't know.
know.
Or maybe it was just that's all the.
Actually, they really
recorded-
probably didn't get together in large numbers
Yeah.
like they do now, except for like the Harvest Fest, once a year.
So anyway, it changed shapes.
Bang a 13-year-old behind a barn.
Oh god.
They but there is an official statement by the president of the college that they were at that said that he was not satisfied as to the character of these objects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
All right,
they
let's move
officially,
on.
yeah.
This doesn't sound like all.
Maybe that
anything
one should have been
great.
number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was worse. That was.
Sorry.
I don't even think that's mass. 30.
I thought it
people.
was interesting because it was so old.
That is
okay.
interesting. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, it's good. Did you get the Aurora, Texas one? No. All right, whatever.
No.
What's next? What's next?
Do have Levelland, Texas, which is the most widely reported
Levelland, Texas. Levelland.
most widely reported vehicle interference event ever in history.
Like all these cars shut off or what?
Yeah. It was messing with like the electricity in cars, their lighting systems, and their radios. So it was basically, it appeared as a fireball, and shot around a town and like fucked up a bunch of electronics and stuff.
Shot around a town.
Yeah, people reported seeing it almost at street level.
And it was
Crazy.
zooming around, zipping, zagging, and all through the fucking town and fucking with every, what?
Yeah, here's what we got. On the evening of November 2nd, 1957, patrolman A.J. Fowler, officer on duty at Levelland, Texas, received the first of several strangely similar phone calls. The first was from Pedro Saucedo, who, with companion Joe Salas, had been driving 4 miles west of Levelland when a torpedo-shaped, brilliantly illuminated object rapidly approached the car. As the object passed close over the car, the truck headlights went out and the engine died. Officer Fowler reported that a total of 15 phone calls were made to the police station in direct reference to the UFO that were all similar to that. On the evening of November 2nd, wait a second. Just 1 hour after the Russians had launched their second dog-carrying artificial satellite. So the Russians had just launched a dog into space at this point.
What's an artificial satellite?
Yeah,
Because
It must be like maybe a test satellite.
no, it's just they tell the dog that he's going up in a satellite and they're going to be able to bring him back down, but they're just shooting him on a rocket out to space and just laughing.
Aw.
okay.
Oh, I can't believe the government pays us to do this. I'm gonna shoot dogs into space. Fowler listened to terrified callers relay the story of how the object passed close over their cars. People were fucking...
How many cars did it disable? Or does it say anything like that?
15.
15?
15 people called about it. Well, I don't know if all of them had their fucking cars, but it said they were similar calls.
That doesn't sound like an alien. That sounds like something weirder.
Well, did they say anything about like ball lightning? Could that cause something like that? You know?
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened on that scale, and there's no. I mean, I thought that
like
too,
all over
but
the place. It's like such a rare fucking
it's too
occurrence.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
All right, well, that's fucking interesting. What's next?
Well, are we done with that already? Or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man. There's lots of stuff to
we
talk
gotta-
about.
Oh, we got. I mean,
What else you got?
Crunch
on
for
this case?
time is
on the
all.
Levelland, Texas case. Anything?
No, that's probably about it.
All right then. Fuck it. He was right.
I know I was right.
I know. Well, you threw me off.
All right. What do you want? What do you want next?
Hudson Valley UFO.
Hudson Valley UFO. What's this one about? I've got this in here. The Hudson Valley UFO. I don't remember hearing about this one.
This is a series of sightings in 1982. And it was, I think we have some photos, but it was actually over a couple of
here. Put up
months.
put up one on
Did you say,
YouTube.
what'd you say, mice?
Months.
Months. Okay.
Okay, so in a place where you would hardly expect, just 1 hour north of New York City, lies the site of one of the most widely observed and yet most unexplainable set of UFO sightings ever seen. The place is the Hudson Valley, and the story of its strange UFO started on New Year's Eve, 1982. A few minutes before midnight, a retired police officer was out in his backyard in Kent, New York, when he observed a group of strange lights off to the south. They were colored red, green, and white. At first, the former officer thought they belonged to a jet aircraft in trouble, but as the object passed over his house at a height he estimated to be about 500 feet, he realized it was moving much too slowly for a jet and made too little noise. Just a distant humming sound. As he watched, he decided the lights, which appeared as a V shape, were connected by a dark triangular fuselage.
Oh, I know that one. I know which one you're talking about.
What? A lot of these are a V shape. Why do we have a circle shape thing up?
I don't know.
Is that just because of the delay?
Well, there were lots of.
There were lots of sightings.
Yeah, and there's a
This is
couple
just
of
one
ones
them. Okay.
that kind of make it look more round. There are some drawings, I think, in one of these articles I'll put up
Okay.
that kind of explain how it would appear triangular and round at the same time.
Oh, sure. Okay. Hundreds claim to have seen the UFO. This article, which told of sightings of a triangular UFO on March 24th, got the attention of a group of UFO researchers in the valley associated with Dr. J. Allen Hynek, founder of the Center for UFO Studies. He's the guy that I kept trying to get on the show, but he's dead. The group started an investigation of the phenomena, which was later documented as a book, Night Siege. So you can check that out. They opened up a UFO hotline, received over 300 calls from people who had seen the UFO on the night of March 24th alone. Holy shit.
Here's what I don't understand about UFO sightings. When they're like, oh, look at that UFO. I'm going to call the police station? What the fuck is the police station
Well,
going to do?
because people don't know. They want it to be documented, I think, a lot of times.
I think that's part of it.
You know?
And also probably people get scared and they're like, if there's information, maybe obviously the police are the people who are going to know.
Oh, yeah, they're scared. They're thinking, do they know what this is? Is it
Yeah.
something they can
Is
explain?
it a test
Yeah.
or is it a...
Is it a UFO test?
Yeah. Is it a weather
Oh.
balloon test?
It's just the government testing some UFOs, ma'am. Nothing to see here. All right. Back to bed.
We have a video of this.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't know that. Let's check it out. I will pull this up. How many of the mass UFO sightings are triangular?
A lot.
A ton, right?
Most of them.
Here, check this video out. There's just a couple seconds of video. We put this up on the page, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys follow our Facebook page if you would like to just see all this stuff and play along as we're doing this. The Sunday Evening Overdose at Facebook. And you can check all this shit out real time. But, yeah, pretty good little fucking boomerangy UFO. I mean, almost all of them are triangular like that, right?
Oh, those are separate ones.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them.
No, I mean, I think that's all one object.
Oh.
But it's just different lights.
Yeah.
But how many of them are triangular?
Most
Is that
of
the best
them.
shape? That's the best shape, right?
It's the most, yeah, it's definitely
That's the
most
best
of
UFO
them.
shape.
Yeah. The other ones are the cigar-shaped ones.
That's a good one. Saucers are out, man.
Acorn, we have one acorn-shaped one, I think.
Mm-hmm. Saucers are fucking... saucers are
Saucers are...
out of
they're,
style. Just out of
passe.
style. Aliens must get really laughed at if they still have a saucer.
Yeah.
It's like a... It's
lame
like...
wad.
A saucer is like a station wagon of fucking UFOs. It's like... Oh, dude, I had to take out my dad's saucer today to fucking cut holes in cows, rape rednecks. Well, that's all we know of that they do. So what do you want to do next UFO sighting?
The Belgian Wave.
The Belgian Wave. What do we got on the Belgian Wave? That was very similar to the Phoenix Lights and the
Yes.
There's been a bunch of these like these are like exactly the same, I think, right?
Yeah, and this was another one that was
I don't
seen
think I have an
over
article
like a
on
long
this, do I?
period of time. Yeah, you should.
All right, well, go ahead, lead the way.
Okay, they were seen over
don't, though.
a period of 5 months.
Uh-huh.
More than 13,000 people had seen them, and they are the red triangular with the red dot in the middle. This was in 1990. This
More than
happened.
15,000?
More than 13,000
13.
reported seeing
Okay.
it, but who knows how many actually saw it. There are a couple of really famous photos. We have one, just nobody can change it on the computer right now.
I don't
Unless
have
there's-
its article.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't know why you don't have it, but
Trix will have to change it.
anyway, the military ended up getting involved, and they sent fighter jets after these aircrafts, and literally couldn't interact with them. Just couldn't fired at them. Nothing happened.
They were like
get up to them.
almost
Couldn't.
as if they were not in the same dimensional space. Yeah,
Almost as if that.
would be weird.
So, and then there was another weird thing where, like, they would pick them up on radar for, like, a second, and then they would shoot off, and they would, like, shoot way up high really, really fast. and
Okay.
like hop off the radar and would not get locked into anything. And so yeah, and that went on for 5 months.
5 months?
On and off for 5
13,000
months in
motherfuckers?
1990. Yeah.
What's up, Dan? Dan's in the
Picture
house.
switcher.
Dan's in the house, gonna help
Picture
us out.
switcher.
We got the right one up there now. All these UFO things are labeled though. You'll hear.
I'm gonna go get him
So
a chair real quick.
What else on this?
All right.
That's about it.
Cool.
All right.
And then it just kind of faded away.
So what are we attempting to do here? We're just attempting to show people how many times hundreds and thousands of people have seen UFO sightings, and it's
And
still
then just
it's,
nothing ever happened, and
still
people are
just-
still crazy.
it's still
and-
treated just like a fringe wacko topic.
Yeah.
You know. But and you know if you get into a conversation with people, almost everyone has either their own story or a story of someone close to them that they know. Almost everybody has fucking something to say about it. So what should we want to get to the next one?
Yeah.
The Phoenix Lights.
The Phoenix Lights.
The old Phoenix Lights.
Another kind of similar situation here.
Mm-hmm.
Red triangular lights.
Yeah, big time.
This was the one
I
that
think
they
that-
said was a flare drop. Flares
tell-
dropping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, they said that about a couple.
I believe the flares dropping story.
Shut up.
Why not?
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they show up one by one, and then they disappear one by one. And they say they drop flares so that they test bombs. That makes perfect fucking sense.
No. That's not that wasn't the Phoenix Lights. I think that was the Tinley Park Lights.
Maybe.
Yeah, they
The,
definitely said that about the Tinley Park
No,
lights.
these
the
ones-
Phoenix Lights hovered for hours, didn't they?
Hours? I'm not sure if it was hours.
Here, find that out. What's the
Yeah.
raw story on it?
Oh, yeah, it was about 3 hours.
You seen those? Dan, the picture man, is seen these lights?
Park.
Oh, Tinley
the
Park.
Tinley Park Lights. He saw 'em?
Definitely flares, definitely spooky. Happened, I want to say 2008.
Hang on. No, it was 2004. but,
2004, yeah.
Are we
anyways,
gonna
hang
get
on.
to those, or
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll get to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then you can talk.
We got
then.
it. Hang on. We'll let you come and
Yeah.
tell us about it. Yeah, hold on.
So 3
So-
hours. The
3
Phoenix
hours,
lights
right?
were in the sky
and
for 3
there was
hours,
like
yeah.
a traffic jam, and people sat there and fucking just watched it and got out of
Yeah.
their cars and shit. I remember I was I'm gonna say I was seven or 8. What was it? 92.
This was 97.
Oh, 97, the Phoenix
Yeah.
Lights?
Yeah.
So I was a little older. Wow. I thought I was younger. I remember it when it was on the news, though.
I remember seeing the footage from a mountain top. Like
Yeah.
people were on a mountain.
Yeah, I think we have that. I'll put that
It
up
was
on
a
the page.
huge fucking deal, and it was all over the news for a week, and then it was gone, and you were a wacko for believing in UFOs.
Yeah, so-
But it was like, yeah, it was a huge deal, man. And I remember at the time them saying, oh, hundreds of people saw this, and it's, there's all kinds of video of it and stuff.
And feeling like, whoa, something's gonna change. People
Wow,
are
that's
gonna
cool.
believe it now.
The thing
Yeah.
about UFOs, I don't see them having lights on them. Why do they need to have a light on them so they don't get hit by a plane? I mean, what are they worried about? That's why we have lights on our
It's
planes.
true. They don't put lights on satellites.
They don't put light. Why would you put a light? I'm gonna go spy on this planet. Fire up the fucking headlights or whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't make fucking sense at all. I'd be dark.
You're right.
Maybe those are distractions because they're actually over there, or maybe because why would an alien not be smart enough to distract us with a light? Why would he point a light at fucking people? It wouldn't happen.
That's true.
They're probably portals, and there's probably millions of little black spaceships flying out of those. That's probably what's going on.
I never thought about that. Why the fuck would they have
Yeah.
lights? God, I'm an idiot for never thinking of
I
that.
thought of it just now.
Yeah,
they
I feel
wouldn't.
super dumb right now.
would
Yeah,
not- they
well, I
wouldn't
tend to
have
have that
lights.
effect on people.
Maybe it's because they go to other planets where there is traffic and they do need to have lights. And it's like,
They might get pulled over and beat to death and choked out.
you have your cars now. Most modern cars, you can't fucking turn the headlights off. After dark, they just
You
have a
can,
sensor.
but-
No, a lot of cars you can't.
Okay.
I can't turn my headlights off
Wow.
when the car's on and it's dark out. Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Maybe that's the manufacturer.
All right.
And you got to be like military issue alien craft to get like super stealth fucking vehicles
I
and
don't
stuff.
see it
These
happening.
are just tourists.
Okay.
That's the deal. Just fucking
All right, well-
stalled out.
You know what? That sounds fair to me. I think you're absolutely right.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna move on to the next
Yeah.
one.
Do we got anything else in this? Yeah. Go to the next one.
Well, we're like we only have a few more, right?
And we only have a few more minutes too.
Well, Tinley Park.
Oh, the Tinley Park lights.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Does
do them.
this-
They're all fairly similar, so that's notable.
If this mic isn't on yet,
Oh,
he can
it's
just
not.
take mine and talk about it. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, okay. Or
Okay.
just share it. You know.
Yeah.
We have an actual witness to the
Yeah.
Tinley Park lights.
Yeah,
in
he's-
I
the
don't know
studio
which
right now.
picture it is. Maybe you can take her mic and she can put the proper picture on because I'm not sure which one it is.
No, well, let's say we need her to talk
Okay.
too. Let's set this up. Just Dan, if you want to
Yeah,
come
come on
here
over.
and share Trix's mic, just sit. No, just move over towards me, and you guys can share. So we've got a witness in here, but let's set this up for people who don't know what the Tinley Park lights. This case always had me very excited because it was filmed from like 3 different cameras, and they were able to sync them up. And through that, and like measure the distances and stuff, they were able to get an exact size and shape of the object. They were able to prove that it was a solid object and not separate flares and shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's also one of the, I believe it's the only
That's a loud coat.
the only mass sighting that was caught clearly from multiple angles on video as well. It's like the first time they were able to do something like that.
They were able to get the 3D image from,
right.
That's a really cool concept.
And also
to me.
able
Yeah.
to corroborate, able to say there's no way that this could be doctored because it syncs up with this
I think
one
this
and
had-
syncs up with this one.
I think the Tinley Park also had backed up by like pilots reporting it and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
We've got
These always have lots of military people.
Yeah, 'cause
And
it was
the
close
other
to,
thing is that an Ozzy Osbourne concert had just gotten out at the time too.
Oh,
and that
okay.
had 28,000 people there.
and it happened, but didn't it happen over the course of a couple days or something too?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
they appeared more than one time.
So we got a witness in studio, Dan, who helps out the show.
You know, furthermore, I'd like to say I said 2012, and it was a guess as to my approximation of when it happened. I'm looking at the picture. It was 2011.
I thought it was 2004.
It
No.
was 2004.
Well, you
That
guys
must be
had
the
the
wrong
picture,
picture.
labeled 2011.
That's the wrong picture then.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know. It looked
I'll
very
fix
similar to that.
Well, where were you? What happened?
Furthermore, I was at the DMV. Well, I shouldn't say I was at the DMV. I worked near the DMV in Lombard. There's a Westmore Myers Road. It's about, fuck if I know, like 5 minutes from here. And it was around, well,
Well, it was.
one's labeled Tinley Park.
Tinley Park. And what I saw was very similar to that.
Well, Tinley
But-
Park is pretty far from Lombard,
Well,
but you're saying you saw the exact same phenomenon.
the exact same phenomenon of what I'm seeing here, except they were bright orange, very similar formation.
So you didn't see the famous Tinley Park lights.
Fuck if I know. When did they exactly happen?
2004.
Yeah.
And then,
Absolutely
2004.
there was
2004.
only one time, one case, one day. It wasn't a few.
No, I mean
overtime.
it's similar. It's another thing that's similar to the Phoenix lights. It's almost the same shape
Where I
and
would
thing.
have to
you know.
say, I mean, I did have pictures. Other people there with me. We were all standing outside. We literally stopped working and walked outside, and we're just like, "What the fuck is going on in the sky right now? It's amazing." Gained altitude, dropped altitude, multitude orange orbs traveled across the sky from one horizon. Again, gained altitude, dropped below the tree line on the other side. The whole spectacle is, if you might
think a
call
lot
it,
of people saw it?
lasted like 30 minutes. I'm sure 1 million people must have fucking seen it. Jesus,
Yeah.
it was insane. And we all took pictures and shit. Obviously flip phone era.
Yeah.
Don't have the fucking
Dude,
don't have
yeah.
the fucking pictures anymore.
the time that I saw a UFO, I just had a really cheap, shitty camera, and I like a little digital camera, and I was trying to zoom in on the sky in the dark, and like
Yeah.
trying to adjust like the lighting settings. Like, god damn it,
Yeah,
can't
good
fucking
luck
see
with that,
this.
right?
Like, and it's just a white light way the fuck up there, moving around, like
yeah, 16 probably orbs.
But so
bright orange.
So this
far
is, yeah,
distance.
I mean, we're in the same general area, and so you've seen the same basic thing, huh?
Tinley Park, where is that from us? Is that
That's
east or
way
west?
south of here. It's
Yeah.
like 30 miles or something.
these
makes
lights
sense.
were
Maybe not that many, maybe 20 miles.
Yeah, probably not that
this set of lights was calmer than that. It either they
All right, so let's go over the Tinley Park lights. The who did the whole study? Was it MUFON, and they were able to like come up with the whole?
it was actually UFO Hunters, a TV show that put the technology together to line up.
And they got like an actual 3D image of it.
Right.
So how big was it?
1,500 feet.
Long?
1,500 feet across. So I would
1,500 feet.
Yeah. So I would assume
No,
like
that's huge.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like
That's really big.
What's the largest flying vehicle we have?
not that fucking big.
Yeah.
That
No,
would be
not that big.
a football field is 300 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
How many football fields is that? 5
So
fucking
what's our-
football fields.
Right. So what's our biggest plane? Like 20, 30 yards?
I'm
Like-
sure
Yeah, right.
you
You
can
know,
you can land any plane we have in a football field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
Absolutely.
do
Not
that
easily.
once in a while, don't they?
So,
They should.
Yeah, sure. So this was 5 football fields across.
Holy fucking Christ!
Yeah.
I didn't realize how fucking big it was.
That was about the same estimated size as the Phoenix lights, too.
Yeah.
So-
Wow.
Which, as you'll remember,
I'm telling you, it's like
had a
tourist
kind of
shit.
a similar description, too, of like a reddish V formation light that was oriented with each other. Mm-hmm. You know, proving to be one piece. Yeah, so it really kind of
I feel like I can't even imagine seeing something that fucking big.
no.
I can't even imagine it.
And it was spotted. It showed up on like 4 different nights.
And tons of people reported it.
Tons of people. I mean, thousands and thousands
Yeah.
and thousands.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's even a total number here because there were several different sightings, all
Right.
seen by thousands and thousands of people.
You know,
But
and that's
they
funny.
appeared-
The news was. I remember at that time, the news was like completely quiet on it. They ran like a little bit of a story, and like nobody got into it. Nobody
Yeah.
covered it.
Yeah, and they appeared actually years apart a couple of times. August 21st, 2004, and October 31st, 2004 were the 2 dates that they were first seen and most widely reported. And then almost exactly a year later, in October of 2005, they appeared again. And then exactly a year after that, in 2006, they appeared again. And all of them were spotted by multiple people.
And this is one that I think the Air Force did give it. They did come out and officially say no, this was flares, and then that was proven to be wrong. Is that
Yeah,
right? Was it the
exactly.
Air Force or was it? I don't remember. who.
It was. This doesn't say. It just says
Swamp
people
gas.
trying to
Yeah.
debunk it. Yeah.
Swamp gas. There's nothing up there. All right. Well, what number was that?
I don't know.
How many do we have left?
I don't. 1, 2. We got a couple left.
All
Well,
right,
let's
well.
just do them.
Yeah.
Chicago O'Hare Airport.
Wow, right down the road.
Is that where
Yeah.
didn't they shut it down? They stopped flights for a second? Or that was Midway? Never mind.
Well, Tinley
No,
Park
that's not
Lights
this one.
is like right next to Midway, so this is
Yeah. No, this one they apparently they didn't shut anything down, but a lot of people witnessed and photographed it. I'm gonna put some pictures up on the page right now. But it was at the airport. It's like it looks like kind of a flat saucer shaped thing floating over one of the radio towers. Here's a different. We just put another
and it was
one up on
witnessed
the
by a
YouTube here.
shitload of people.
Shitload of people.
Pilots,
Employees.
you know,
12
all kinds of shit.
12 airport employees stood together and looked at it together.
So, see, that's the one fucking place, too. You know how I'm always talking about people that have helicopters should go chase UFOs? If there's a fucking... They're at the
Well, it's
airport. That's
it's
one of
down
the
over
places
there.
where there's lots of helicopters.
Yeah, hop in a fucking helicopter and chase
And
it down.
go check it out. Go up there, see what's going on.
Well, but that's the thing is like that's why so many people think there's the active cover up is because that shit just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And it's just not ever ordered to be. Hey, let's go investigate this thing. Sometimes fighter jets are scrambled, and there's like stories like that. But
There were. I actually came across a couple of stories today during my research of times when a fighter pilot has been in the air, seen an unidentified non-man-made looking craft. And there was one where a guy actually tried to chase it and just kept chasing it up and up and up and up and up, and he ran out of oxygen and died and crashed, and that was the end of it. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I think that he probably should have known that would happen if he went
you
that
would
high.
think maybe he just like fucking went crazy and was just like, I have to know what that is. What do you?
Did he have
to know what this is?
Did he have weapons? Did he shoot missiles at it? What?
Climbing.
I actually don't know.
I would have shot missiles at it.
Huh?
If I was in like a jet, military jet, I would shoot missiles.
So anyway, that was lots and lots of people saw and reported
And
that
what
one.
was there like an official explanation on it?
No, they
We don't
tried
know
to
what that was.
No,
Nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah, well, they tried
Shut
to
up.
debunk it by
was
saying,
nothing.
like, one guy was like, oh, I was in the radio tower and I could see it from there. And they were like, oh, well, you could only see 1,800 feet up from there, and it was reported at 1,900 feet up. So how do you explain that? And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it was in the sky, and I was looking at the sky, but nobody really has an official explanation for what it was.
Okay.
It almost looks, if you look at the picture here, I'm putting it up right now. If you look at the picture, it almost looks like it could be one of those little flat clouds, lenticular clouds they're called, and they just form and they're like little flat gray.
That's like 7 names of clouds down from ones I would know. Like how many?
I thought there were only 4.
How many types of clouds are there?
There's a lot.
Yeah, because I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. But it's probably just a UFO. So that's O'Hare.
Okay. Well,
We do have, I'm putting up a video too where you can see it's literally in the last 2 seconds of this video. You can see like a little disc floating in the sky.
shit, we had videos on a couple of these. Did we put them up?
I'm putting them up, yeah.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. The Battle of Los Angeles.
Is this number 1?
No. Do you want it to be?
It should
We could
be.
do Stephenville.
It sounds
first.
number
I
one.
meant to
Yeah.
say Stephenville.
Stephenville. All right, we got a news report on this.
All right, so what was it, huh? Stevensville, Texas is a farm town where when the sun goes down at night, the stars light up in the sky. And last week, witnesses claim they saw something hovering hundreds of feet above the ground, and they say they saw fighter jets, F-16s, chasing these mysterious objects. What gives?
That's what I like to see. Now we're
This
getting
guy,
somewhere.
This guy's hip. Did you hear him? He said, "What gives?" I wonder what year this was. Let's hear that again.
What gives?
There you go. Now that's how you know he's a regular guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do you got to say about
Pete
this?
Hardinger is the director of the Round Town UFO Society. He's in Circleville, Ohio. Sir, good morning to you.
Hello there.
You did not witness what's described in Texas, but if I told you the following, that they say it was a mile long and a half-mile wide, it was, quote, positively, absolutely nothing from these parts, what would you say?
Well, I'd have to decide it was an unidentified flying object. Then we're supposed to have some MUFON investigators go
What?
to Stevensville.
A mile long is way bigger than 1,500 feet.
Is it?
Yeah, it
Miles
was
like
described-
5,000 something, dude.
Yeah.
Feet.
They said a mile long and a half mile wide and way bigger than a Walmart.
Holy fucking
That's how
criminy.
it was
Wait, what?
described. That's
No,
how
that's-
one witness described it. Way bigger than
Saw a
a Walmart.
UFO. What did it
Where
look
wa-
like? Walmart.
It was way. What did it look like? It was way bigger than Walmart.
Where was it? Round Town?
That was probably the biggest thing they can think of
Stevensville.
offhand.
Stephenville, Texas. Where the hell? It's probably all they have is a Walmart there. That's the only-
It was the biggest thing she's ever seen.
Sir, why did you use a Walmart to reference the size of this UFO? Because the only place I've ever been is Walmart, my house, and my grandma's house in Nebraska. Okay. Well, that's probably why. Yes. Fuck you if you're from south of here. What? So is it what do we got left? Just one fucking mass UFO sighting left?
One more.
This is my favorite ever, and I'm gonna, even though we already said it, I'm gonna do the drum roll.
Okay, do you want to announce it?
No, you do it. No, you do it.
The Battle of Los Angeles.
Worst announcement ever. All right, the Battle of Los Angeles. This is insane. This is perhaps the most frustrating mass UFO sighting of all time for how fucking intense I mean, the military fired hundreds of thousands of rounds at this thing.
Over 14,000 rounds.
Oh, I thought it was way more.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, still, that's a lot. They fired thousands of rounds at this fucking thing. Thousands of people in Los Angeles saw it. There were air raid sirens. Everybody was ordered inside. Picture after picture after picture. They had spotlights on it. It looks like a solid object. Fired at it. Couldn't seem to make any progress. There's the picture
and
up
it
on
is,
our Ustream
what-
feed right now if you're looking.
When
also-
did this happen?
1942.
40-something.
And we were shooting bullets at it?
They were shooting fucking like 50 cal fucking
anti-aircraft
huge
ammunition.
Yeah.
That's why don't they do that every time they see one of these things?
Because
Or
they
not,
thought
not
it was
50
the
cal,
Japanese.
Like way bigger than that, right? Like, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what it was just described as
After I shot-
anti-aircraft.
after I shot
remember,
11
I remember seeing a documentary. There were giant fucking shells, like the size of your forearm.
Huge.
Yeah.
Just huge.
After I shot about 11,000 rounds, I'd have been like, maybe we should stop shooting at
Yeah.
it.
Stop wasting giant bullets.
They probably cost like $500 a
These
piece.
giant bullets, we pay a really inefficient contractor to produce these third party for $7,000 a round. That's how government works. Maybe we should stop firing these at this holographic UFO.
Or maybe that's what it was. Maybe the munitions company was
Dude,
trying to make some money. They're
I've
like, go
thought about-
spend,
okay,
go
listen.
spend these 20,000 rounds on a fake hologram.
I've thought about this case a lot, okay? Now, you know how the shadow government, if you will, is always said to be 30, 40 years ahead of the technology that they allow out in the consumer market, right? So what if this was like a holograph test? Would that make any sense? Mm-hmm. Anybody?
I
Because
guess.
if people out there don't know the Battle of Los Angeles, I'm kind of operating like you guys have fucking heard of this and read about this before, because we don't really, I mean, what else do we want to say for the basics other than,
Well, basically, all that happened was an air raid siren went off, and they started firing into the sky and shining lights at it and stuff.
Yeah.
Many witnesses report seeing a large aircraft floating along. They fired and fired and fired, and nothing ever happened. And then
the morning came and it was over, and that was it.
and then they said it was some kind of false alarm or something at first, and then the military.
you know how it was back then. It's like,
Yeah, the government
All
was like, oh, it was
right,
one thing, and then the military literally said it was a weather balloon.
the people went to like the movie the next day, to see like the newsreels, and it was just like a dog jumping through a hoop, and like a guy like dancing in black and white, all fucking 16 millimeter jumpy.
But
Yeah.
what we have
Today in American news.
on the
Disregard that object we fired 14,000 rounds at last night.
what object?
How did they explain firing? Why would they fire at the weather balloon? Why would they,
Yeah, well, they were apparently everybody was on edge because they thought it was the Japanese. They thought the Japanese were
Well,
attacking.
and that's the idea of the cover-up, is that, especially back then, they couldn't let people know that there was this thing that they couldn't identify and couldn't defend against. That would just shake fucking American confidence,
Yeah.
So they tried to cover it up and say, well, it was. I don't think they ever even came up with a plausible explanation.
No,
I think it was just some misidentification.
They
don't
said
know.
maybe radar was triggered by aircraft in the area.
But there's
maybe
hundreds of pictures
Yeah.
that people took, amateur photographers even, There's a
This
lot of
one that
really cool ones. Yeah.
This one that we have posted right now is a recently enhanced photo where you
Yeah.
can actually see the craft.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, before it was much murkier. Now, here's the problem with the projection idea, though, is when they're firing thousands of rounds of ammunition, it's creating a shit ton of smoke. Look at this picture.
That's a real
it's like
picture?
A big yeah.
Yeah,
it's
there's a ton of smoke,
enhanced.
yeah.
It's
and
like
there's supposed to be
lightened and-
one object or a bunch of objects?
No,
It's
one
one
object.
large object with
Yeah.
with lights on it, is what you're looking
Right.
at, and then lights are shining at it from the ground.
Again,
Oh,
those-
that's fucking crazy
Those
looking.
sneaky
Yeah,
UFOs
lights
and
on
their
'em.
lights aimed at us. The fuck is that?
How long did it take to get those lights in place and soldiers? I mean, was it up there for a while before they shot it? I mean,
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Mother
Hey,
fuck shit.
what do you keep coming in here
so-
and open that door for?
So
So anyway, but the problem with the projection idea, I think, is that there's a shit ton of smoke, and if you're projecting, it's going to project onto the smoke, no matter what angle the projection is coming from. You're going to see it if there's a cloud of smoke. You'll see the trail. You know what I mean?
yeah.
how could it be a projection if there's a fog obstructing between where the
It couldn't
projection is
possibly
coming
be
from?
a holographic projection, you're saying?
I think it would be. I doubt that technology was that advanced
How
in
do you
1942.
know, dude? I mean,
it just
because
seems
they're
like
always so far ahead of what's in the consumer market. You know, I mean,
yeah.
there's you know, stories back as far as the 30s and 40s of holographs and like sci-fi and stuff. I mean, the ideas were there. The fucking technology may not have been, but you know, I'm not sure.
I don't know. For
what the
some
deal is.
reason, I'm more inclined to believe it was some kind of extraterrestrial than
Terrestrial?
it was terrestrial than it was
Terrestrial.
like just that advanced of technology that we had
I
created.
think
on
that's
our
crazy.
own,
I think
you
that's the
know?
craziest thing that ever happened with UFOs, that LA thing.
Yeah.
It is. That's what I'm
the
saying.
craziest thing
That's
ever.
why I wanted to bring it to the show because people forget about it. Like really, you should talk about the Battle of Los Angeles every day. with
everybody
everyone you
should,
know
all the
about until
time.
there's some kind of fucking consensus on it. It's just a lot of people you would try to talk to us about. Well, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, or they'd say
Now,
that never happened.
right,
The
yeah.
military never fired at a UFO,
But
you
they
idiot.
definitely did.
Yeah, they
definitely
did.
did.
Lots of militaries have.
Could have been Japanese people too.
Could
They
have,
have-
yeah, maybe both.
Hell yeah, they got robots over there and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy's raising his hand. we've got
Well, I don't even know who this is.
we've got one guest.
fucking hand down and shut the fuck up. Quit playing with your phone.
We've got one guest in studio listening to the show, and he's raising his hand. What do you want? Here, swing the mic around. Just swing it that way. What is it, sir?
All right, so basically, what I wanted to say is there anything as far as records regarding how many planes are in the air regarding UFOs? Because you guys have been talking about UFOs.
Yeah.
What exactly have statistically wise? Sorry.
Statistically wise.
I was trying to cover my cough. Statistically wise, do you have as far as records regarding what's in the air at every given time, at every given moment?
Are you the flight authority?
What
I have to be honest, I don't really
wasted.
understand that question.
Don't throw him out.
No, tell them.
We just almost had this guy dragged out.
But I'm pretty sure that there is, and that's you have to fucking tell the FAA everything.
Yeah,
all the
Yeah, that's
time.
the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, everything is documented that's supposed to be in the air legally, except for like Cessna planes and shit like that. But he's asking like how many planes at any given time are in the air. I would guess hundreds, if not a couple thousand. Right? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm sure. we'll find
4,000.
that.
He's saying
4,000? Really?
4,000 plus. He's saying. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, he's a guy in the studio. He knows. He's
This
a
is
guy.
one of our callers, if you don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is-
Our fans are finally coming down to the studio to check out the show, and we encourage the rest of you to do this as well.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh,
What?
on average, there are around 4,000 or more planes in the air at a time.
Whoa,
Oh, who's right?
look at that guy.
What else do you know?
He's real proud of
Can you turn
himself.
on the feed of the studio real quick? Because we're about to go to break anyway.
Yeah.
Ask a question.
Can you turn on the feed of the studio real quick? Our
the
live
camera,
feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's just the camera feed in the top left up there.
Yeah.
Did you bring your mom, by the way, Dan?
My mom is indeed here.
Is she here?
Yes.
She's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, we should talk
I
to her.
love Dan's mom.
Do you?
I guess we're wrapping up on the UFO thing. What else about the Battle of Los Angeles? I mean, what did people say about it afterwards? Like, how does the public just go back to normal after something like that? You know?
Everybody had like war brain. You know,
Oh, okay.
that was right after Pearl Harbor. People were feeling like super American and patriotic, and they
Yeah.
were basically like, "Well, you're fighting the good fight, so fight on, boys." You know,
And it was just-
They didn't want to fight. They didn't want to push back.
That was the generation of don't ask questions, just support
Yeah.
support the boys, and hey, you fired a bullet, good for you.
Good for you guys. Yeah.
Good bullet
Way to go.
firing.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
Thanks, fellas.
But literally, they didn't move the thing. And this went on for what, 3 or 4 hours?
Was
right?
there
hours.
ricochets or it just went
Absolutely.
right through it? Or I mean,
No evidence of ricochets, nothing. Just
no
fucking
bullets recovered with
tracers,
fucking smushed or
just
anything?
tracers all the way fucking through the thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just
fucking crazy.
nothing. Just
Yeah.
no.
I have that feeling right now in my face like I just took acid. Like, you know when you take acid and you get that like fucking tension in your face and you feel like you just ate a computer or something? You're like, fuck it. There's some weird
Yeah,
acid flashback
yes.
I'm having right
I
now.
do.
That's weird.
Yeah. Got that fucking feeling. Ugh. And it's like, you know, you're like chewing on the thing for some reason you don't want to swallow it, even though it would just be exactly the same if you did. And you know,
Yeah.
it's just like that piece of paper is just all wet and you're like, you got it like in your gum now, you know, and then like you drinking and somehow you swallow it without realizing it, and that makes you feel a little weird for some reason. Boy, and then it starts. Sorry, I just started having
Alright.
some weird acid flashback thing.
Somebody
All right,
get this guy some milk.
I
think we
it's
should-
time for a break.
I need a glass of warm milk, and we'll be back. We'll be back in like 3 minutes on the Sunday Evening Overdose. Thank you very much for checking out our mass UFO sightings segment. Stick with us. We got a lot of good discussing to go.
Smoke break.